is officially load number 1 for backfilling this shop. I believe that's 17 tons that just got dropped there, and that is a drop in the bucket. We need a couple hundred tons. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. These guys have had a predominant theme in the building of this house, and they're gonna have an even bigger one in the building of this shop. We're bringing in over 1,000 yards of material. And the reason we're doing that is because this is pit run. This is the same stuff that is on our road up there because it's compactable. It doesn't settle very much later on once it's compacted, so we're not going to have sinking in our cement pad there. I'm sitting on plenty of material, but every one of the guys has said unless you've got a lot of time on your hands, a lot of water, and you can let this sit forever, it's not worth compacting that other material. Pit run, as they call it, is what we're going to put down. This is our superintendent on the job. These are our truck operators. There are, I believe, 7 running right now. We have a loader operator, we have a skid steer operator, and there's a compactor coming, there's a water truck coming. So they've got this little mini Bobcat in here on tracks. His bucket is almost the exact same size as Bucket's bucket. He can't move a ton of material, but he can be real nimble with it right now. So Buckets isn't very nimble. Buckets can't move a lot of material. So it's a good tractor, don't get me wrong. But for quick jobs like this, where you don't have a lot of time, you gotta get fast, you need nimble little buckets like this. And then that loader can carry 3.5 yards. So more than 3 times what my backhoe can. That's what you need. You need to be moving a ton of material quickly. I think today is the busiest day we've ever had on the job site. Currently I have 6 contractors. That's not including myself on site. We have our shop backfillers. The Grand Johnson's is here. We have our tilist. He is here. I have my sheetrocker. He's been here for almost a month and a half, and will be done pretty much today. I have my mason putting on my brick. He is here. I have our footing guys are back today to start setting our retaining wall that is going to keep all of this dirt at bay. So that's 5, and number 6 is on his way right now. He is my hardwood floor guy. They're coming today to start sanding. All of the hardwood floor is laid, and they're going to start sanding it. So it is a busy day, and I have been up since 5, moving trailers, getting product to where these guys need it, trying to get my work done, but that's not really happening. I am facilitating their work, but that's okay. That's okay. That's part of the general's job, I think. So they've had to build themselves a very large ramp that covers one of the entrances of the shop. There'll be 1, 2, 3 bays, and they built the ramp over top of that one so that the trucks can come in and dump here, along with the tractor coming in, along with the roller getting in, the skid steer getting in, and the bright Barbie pink baseline is where we're bringing the material up to. Now it's shy of the top of where our pad will start, because we're going to put gravel there so that you kind of get 2 layers. Because this shop is going to have radiant heat as well, and we are working with Radiant Tech on that project as well, and there will be more to come on that. But because we're doing it that way, we have to kind of give ourselves a better barrier and a more level barrier, or a level baseline for that radiant to sit on. What I think is super cool is out of all the operators here, almost 50% are female. And I asked the foreman, how are all your workers? And he says his female workers are more reliable. So if you're looking for a job, we got one for you. They're hiring. Remember those utilities we put in and connected? they're gonna backfill them. But if you notice, this material is a 1-inch gravel. This is pit run. Pit run can be anything from 1 inch to 5 inches. It's huge. And he says we want to pack the 1 inch around these utilities to just protect them a little bit better. I could not begin to tell you how many loads of material they've brought in, but I'm standing almost 10 feet higher than the bottom of this floor right now, and we've got 12 feet to go down there. We've got a lot of ground to make up, but this area will go a lot faster. There's a lot of volume inside of here. This footprint is 64 foot by 64 foot. This footprint is 64 foot by 20 feet. Hopefully we'll make some good headway here. And it looks like they've already started dropping over there too. And this morning already we've got 4 trucks coming. He's not wide enough. His back rails are coming in. His back wheels came in. Look, he's not even on the road at that point. Jeez. Yesterday afternoon, that was delivery number 1. This is delivery number 2. And believe it or not, there's actually delivery number 3 tomorrow morning. We are waiting for concrete here for the footings on this retaining wall. And because it's a retaining wall, there is 5/8 rebar on 6s on center. Whereas in these walls, and in the walls of the house, it's only a foot on center. Retaining walls are no joke, and retaining walls fail, and it costs a lot more to repair and fix a retaining wall than it does to just do it right in the first place. So our engineer was a little bit eager, and he called out some serious stuff. So now we are ready for a serious retaining wall. The loader will bring dirt over into this section right now, and he doesn't just take it and dump it as one pile and just keep filling it up. He'll dump it in little sections, maybe 6 to 10 inches, flatten it, and then they'll go in and compact it. And since they can't get the compactor over there, he's just compacting it with the tractor here, making runs back and forth. You do it inch by inch, or smaller increments like that, it actually compacts it evenly. If you were to just dump it all in and get it to the height level it's at, compact it, you're gonna get only compaction in the first maybe foot or so, instead of it being really tight. Now that does require more material because you're compacting all of it, you're stuffing a lot more into an area, but it makes it so that our cement pad won't fail later on, because the last thing we want is our cement pad to break, because it's gonna have radiant pipe in it as well. Just water in the building. If we water it, maybe it'll grow. To say we're busy is an understatement, but they are wrapping up backfilling the shop just in time for us to start filling these footings with some serious concrete, roughly 32 yards. Footings eat up concrete, and I don't know that you take that into consideration or think about that very much, but the foundation walls don't eat up very much because it's a designated amount. It's 8 inches wide. It's not gonna vary very much from that. The footings, yeah, they're thick. These ones have to be really wide, so they eat up a ton of concrete. Well, those 3 pieces of machinery in the shop are symbolic of us starting our project. And right up there is a smokestack for a semi carrying the shaft. So our shipment's here, but this trailer is long. It's not longer than anything we've had here, but it's long and it's tall, and we're really worried about it tipping. So he said he's okay if I'm spotting, and we're just gonna keep his front axles on this front edge so his back end has plenty of pivot room. He said he's got it in the lowest gear that thing has, the granny gear, and he's just gonna creep down this hill. The load complete is 75,000 pounds. So he's pretty dang heavy, but he thinks and feels comfortable about it. We came down and we were doing good, but his front tire started going off this edge a little bit. It got a little soft on this shoulder, and we have to pull him. His worry is that if we pull him, it's gonna tighten that turn and we tip the load over. And we don't wanna do that. So they're taking some of the top load off right now, so we're not so top heavy. Then I'm gonna chain up to him and pull him, and I think we'll get it, but we gotta just distribute some weight a little bit better. In the meantime, I actually dug up a lot of the dirt that we dug up for the last time this happened and packed it in right here, which tells me we need to bring in more road base on this corner so it's just a little bit wider for everybody. Well, I don't think that's supposed to happen.